Good afternoon. My name is Qixiu from China. And I'm a high school student here in Chiang Mai. My school has a community service program where we volunteer and help in many different ways. This helps a lot for people in need. I'm sure many of you have done similar work. And helping others gives us a good feeling. So my idea is to spread that good feeling to a wider circle. Not only people in need, but also people who are different from us, and even people who are close to us. I believe the greatest happiness is when you can actually feel the surroundings are changing by your own little efforts. And a positive atmosphere can make life better for people around us. Let me share a story with you that changed my life and has encouraged me to live with these ideas. When I was 9, one day I opened my eyes, saw a white, glowing ceiling above me, and smelled strong disinfectant. And there I was, at the beginning of my journey, in a hospital in Chengdu. At that time, all I knew was I had a fever, but actually, it was diagnosed by the doctor as viral encephalitis. Viral encephalitis is an inflammation of the brain caused by a virus. It can be a very dangerous disease because the major risk is permanent brain damage. Some symptoms include emotional changes, personality changes, aggression, vomiting, confusion, amnesia, seizure, and coma. I had most of these symptoms, and I was in a seriously dangerous situation. It is very similar when you find out your computer get a virus. And you just can't operate it anymore. My brain had crashed. And my family was told this unusual encephalitis only had a very small chance of intact recovery, which meant me either suffering till death or being an idiot or disabled for the rest of my life. For that tiny chance, my dad paid whatever he could to transfer me to the best hospital in China. My whole family moved away from home just for me. At that time, it was very difficult for my family and myself. My relatives came and helped me a lot. My parents' friend flew to Beijing to visit us. My classmates wrote me letters to send their best wishes. The specialized nurses worked like my second mother. Doctors held many meetings to find a better treatment for me. And even other families in the neurology department came and supported us. However, one thing that impressed me started with a French organization called Magic Hospital. One day, a group of young foreign volunteers brought us balloons. They hugged us, they smiled at us, and they talked to all the kids in neurology department. They danced with us, and they drew pictures with us. They also brought us gifts. I love drawing, So this gift was very important to me. For now, I still keep my bag and color markers. Here are some pictures I drew with these lovely markers. I have a special folder for keeping all these pictures. Personally, for me, it was the best evidence of my improvement during my illness. And after that, I came to thought about all the people around me, from foreign strangers, those doctors, nurses, the people who are so close to me, and all who are doing what they could to help and support me. How fortunate I was to come back to this world, safe and sound, after my illness. It took me 1 year to fully recover from this disease. And my doctor said, "You are the 1% miracle." When I finally left the hospital, I had forgotten how to read, write, count, and even move properly. So I need a special tutor for basic language, math, and I attend dancing lessons to learn body movement all over again. When I finally back to regular school as a normal student, I came to treasure all the people around me. I want to communicate with them, and I tried my best to help them. In my high school, I met a very special girl called Selena. I messaged her before this presentation, and she was happy for me to use her story. I first heard about her from other students' descriptions. They said she was abnormal, emotional, always have strange facial expressions, and crazy ideas. Just don't be too cool with her, they said. If this happened when I was 6, I definitely would keep away from her. But my past told me, never reject anyone. She was very alone because most of the other girls were scared of her. And I decided to try helping her by becoming her friend. So I talked and listened to her, invite her to join me when the teacher said, divide yourself into groups. Nobody wanted to be with her. And 2 things I believe can make life better are sports and art. When Selena decided to join our running club, we became even closer because supporting each other while we were running was very important. This was a cross-country event held by Chengdu International School Association. After 1 year training, she got the 3rd place and I got the 1st place. For both of us, it was the most impressive achievement we had ever done in our running history. We also discussed art a lot. Mostly it's about interpretations. And she became more confident expressing her ideas and opinions. This is when both of our artworks were selected for an exhibition. And after 1 year, there are some changes. There are more and more friends in our grade willing to talk to her, do sports with her, and even invite her for hanging out. And as a result of my friendship with Selena, our family become closer. The middle one is her sister. My mom invited her family for dinners, and her mom invited us for some art exhibitions. So sometimes I was wondering, what if I didn't decide to become her friend at first? What if I chose to believe those descriptions, would I still have this strong friendship with this special talented girl? And would my other friends know her talents too? We may not be able to start some global organization for saving this world, but just treasure those people who are close to you and try to understand those people who are different from you and help anyone you meet you any way you can. And more importantly for me is to treasure my family, my relatives, my friends, my teachers, my classmates, my roommates, my doctors, my nurses, all the kind people who helped me. And this is not only about payback. It's more about making our surroundings better by our own efforts. Lastly, I want to end up with a saying from my art teacher, Mr. Weller, who helped and supported me a lot. Always remember, today is a beautiful day. Thank you. Thank you. 谢谢，谢谢。